Hello Internet, I'm Matt Haas and this is Awesomewood Things. Welcome to another episode of WTV, Woodworking Top Videos. Alright, well the majority of the woodworking community is in Atlanta and it looks like everyone's having a super awesome time through all the periscopes and social media posts. I'll get to one of these shows maybe later this year or maybe next year. So save a seat for me? Can't wait. All right, we will kick things off with a What's Up with Awesomewood Things segment. I recently released a beer caddy video where I used upcycled materials, and it was so much fun. I'm really trying to up my editing game, and I used some awesome tricks here. Pretty well received, so look forward to more of that on my build videos here on this channel. Now, I had a commenter mention something about how I didn't use 100% upcycled materials. So I asked the folks over at the Reclaimed Audio podcast to tackle that topic, and they did. They really went in depth, and it was such a great episode. I love those guys. Be sure to check out that podcast. I'll leave links to all of the videos mentioned here and the podcast in the description below and in the playlist below, so check that out. All right, this is the quick hit segment. That's when I quickly talk about some awesome videos because I couldn't fit everything into the production of the show for various reasons. They're all still awesome. Okay, Make It Extreme built their own belt sander out of an angle grinder, and it was freaking awesome. Gotta check that out. Inspire to Make, oh, this is such a good channel. They built a Minecraft lamp, so good. Cactus Workshop did a stamp, and again, super awesome channel, Cactus Workshop. Great cinematography, great build, great all around. Tim Sway made some wall art out of what would have been firewood. Very cool, very colorful too, I like that. July with Fitz made a slingshot out of a tree branch. And Jackman Works made a door, and I know that doesn't sound awesome, but believe me, the editing's good, and the technique he used, there was some spalting in the wood, very, very good. DIY Perks made a volume knob out of concrete. It is really cool. I have to start incorporating concrete into my projects. So much fun. All right, that's the quick hits. All right, let's get things rolling. Coming in, number 5, Laura Kampf, Laura's Upcycled Wall. This is really cool. Check this out. I love that technique of cutting the wood into strips and putting it back together. Oh, so nice. I think that project turned out great. Okay, coming in, number 4, it's Makeify, Pallet Wood YouTube play button sign. Check this out.
So I took it upon myself to make my own play button out of pallet wood, but my play button lights up. I'm going to show you how I made it. I cut the pieces of wood with the bandsaw. I glued and screwed the frame together. I cut a 5.5-inch square of 1/8 inch thick number 7328 white acrylic. I removed the protective paper from the acrylic piece and put it in place, then screwed down the L's to hold the acrylic in place. I think the sign is really cool. It looks really good in the dark. Thank you all 10,000 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. It's very encouraging.
Wasn't that a cool piece of artwork? I did something similar, but I like the way this one's all lit up. So good. All right, coming in, number 3, Braxton Wirthlin, 3-hour bowl. Check this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so cool. What an awesome bowl. A lathe is one tool that I don't have yet. I will soon, hopefully soon. All right, coming in, number 2, it's La Fabrique DIY Reclaimed Wood Bench. This is awesome. Check it out. Sometimes larger projects with big pieces of wood just turn out so great. That was certainly the case here. I loved it. All right, coming in, number 1. It's I like to make stuff. Quiz game buttons, how to. This is awesome. Check it out.
After the glue had dried, I took it to the bandsaw and cut out the middle of the box. Now this is kind of like you would do if you were making a bandsaw box. I went in from one side and cut out a section in the middle. I added some glue to the section that I'd cut out and clamped it back up to dry. After they all dried, I used a Forstner bit, a 1 1/8 inch bit, to drill a hole at the center point of each one of the boxes. This is just big enough for an arcade button to drop in. I cut 4 sections of this wire, and then I had to strip each one of the inner wires on both ends in each cable. This is the wiring setup for a single button, just so it's easier to see what's going on. You start with an Arduino Uno that has 5 volts and ground going to a perf board. Then I have the arcade button with the 4 wires connected, and they go also to the perf board. There are 2 resistors in play here, one for the LED and one for the button. Both of those have a line that go to a pin on the Arduino. And this is what it looks like on the bottom. I added all the other buttons in the exact same way, and it's messy to look at, but they're all the same, just spaced out across the board. When I unscrewed the bottom of the boxes, I made sure to mark one side so I knew which direction to put them back on, and then I dropped in the buttons and screwed them on with the nut that comes with them. The wire needed to go through the box, so I marked a small area and cut out just enough area for the wire to fit through. I twisted the LED and the button into the button housing, and then super glued in the wire into the slot. I tried hot glue as well, but super glue worked much better. I gave it a test and then did the same for all of the other buttons. The The first button that gets pressed lights up, and once one is lit up, none of the other ones will light up until I hit the reset button. That way we know who is the first person to answer.
A mallard duck?
Yeah, you got
A male. Grizzly bear?
Yep, there's a grizzly bear.
A white chicken?
Yes!
Hey!
Really cool.
Light up style quiz show buttons? Come on, that was so cool. I wonder if Bob Claggett's kids know he's like an awesome dad. Man, I wish that was around when I was a kid. Oh, so much fun. All right, that's it. That's another WTV. Did I miss a video? Do you have a suggestion for a video? Hit me up on social media. If you want your sticker on the rotating big board, send it on in. Thanks, Internet.